Hi everybody. So this is going to be a video walkthrough for the Desperado Achievement of Typewriter. This can be a pretty challenging achievement to go for if that's what you are looking for 100% for the game. So I think this achievement actually has the lowest ranking of all the achievements in the game, and it shows. So this achievement requires you to play the entirety of the Clarendon level from section 1, 2, 3, and 4 the entire way through without dying. You have to choose from section 1 and play the entire way through. You can't pick and choose a selection and that just counts as you passing it. It has to be from section 1. I believe there's like an achievement check after you pass each section, and then when you get to the end of it, it will grant you the achievement. So I'm not really sure how achievements work, how their code works, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Just to go over a few things, there are a lot of threats in section 3. That is probably where you're going to lose your run the most. So you want to pay attention to how section 3 works. There's some big threats there that you have to pay attention to movement and really timing. There is a glitch that will occasionally happen with the reticle that follows you in section 3, where after it fires its first shot, it will stop working. It will, what I think, personally, I don't know how the game code works and I haven't talked to anybody, but I believe the reticle goes back to its starting position, and because you're not there to trigger it, it doesn't know what to do, so it just stays where it's supposed to spawn. So if that happens for you, I'm obviously not somebody who can judge you for passing the level without having to worry about that threat, because it will still give you credit for it, apparently. But you do have to pass the entire Clarendon level without dying. So without further ado, and that's probably too much preamble, we're going to start here. There is full controller support and full keyboard support. So whichever method for you feels more comfortable, if you feel that there's better response, if it's easier for you to control with one or the other, feel free to use whichever one is more comfortable for you, whichever you feel gives you a better handle of the character in the game, and a better response time, of course. Feel free to use whichever method you prefer. So we're going to get through these first sections here. This section is fairly easy. You do not want to get crushed by those wheels there. If they separate the two dots of the colon too much, they will kill your character. It will crush you. So you want to get through here. This rubble can be especially annoying. You might get caught up on it. The movement's just a little bit tricky. This is going to be the first minecart section. You want to time your jumps to pass over the open spaces. You do not want to spill out in this section. I mean, obviously it's the first section, so if you do spill out, it happens pretty infrequently, but if you're kind of abusing the space bar, it will happen, but it's pretty straightforward. The second minecart section in section 3 is much more challenging because we have to deal with curves in that point and also the reticle following us. So we want to hit the buttons here. We want to pop the sphere over to make a third ball for the weighted lock on the door. You want to toss it over. It's sort of like a game of Plinko in a way. And we're going to lose it again. It does not count against you for the Desperado achievement for passing this with only one ball or anything like that. Because it's not the player character, it doesn't count against you. So are we going to lose it? Okay, no, we're not. Good. So let's hop over here. And we will be the other two spheres that need to open the door, and you can head right through. And that's section 2, so we're already through the first 2 sections. Like I said, it doesn't take very long to get through. There's not a lot of threats on section 1, 2, and 4. It's this section here that's the real rough one. So I would not go for the collection of the letters or anything else during this run when you just set aside time to just run for the Desperado achievement. Don't give yourself any more trouble than it's worth. Jump over here and get up on top of the O. There we go. Okay, so once it starts moving, the reticle spawns. You want to trick it by getting it to target and avoid it. Jump over. You really want to try to get it to avoid touching you. That was pretty close. Okay. Hop in the minecart, and this section's going to be a bit tricky, so you want to time your jumps. You want to... Yeah. This can just be sort of RNG. I hate to use that phrase because it's probably not the best phrase to use. Once you're past the T, you'll go onto the very last rail, the last 2 rails. You want to make sure that it doesn't touch the minecart. I know that can be saying quite a bit. Sometimes it will just screw you, especially when you fall with the rubble like that. Let's go, let's wait. All right. You want to jump over these here, wait for it to target, shoot, jump over these W's, and be out there. And the reticle will disappear once you get there. So once you leave the pub, I'm sorry, saloon. They don't call it pubs. This is the Wild West. I'm sorry. So once you're out of the saloon, you don't have to worry about the reticle. It doesn't follow you through here. However, this telegraph wire section can be very tricky. So let's pay attention and just mind your jumps. So jump down here. I know you'll be jumping blind, but you'll land on that telephone pole. That way you're safe, or I guess telegraph wire, they weren't telephone poles, sorry. So we want to jump over here onto the W. You really want to make sure that you're good on the W. You want to be right here because the wires can connect to the W, and I don't know how rough that hitbox is. So we want to be very, very safe. So, excuse me, we'll wait until the next electricity comes by. We'll go. We'll jump on top of the X. We're safe here for a moment. And you want to make sure, again, to avoid the wires. Probably was a good idea to go when those electricities passed each other. Jump there, jump here, jump over that, because then it won't touch you. I'm hopefully going to get, there we go. Okay, so right there, down off the telegraph wire, and you want to be careful of how you board the train. You don't want to miss the train, but you want to be careful how you board the train. So then we're going to get onto one of these letters here. It's better to get on the letters than it is the actual train because you can get stuck. You want to jump on there, right past the Z, and now you've beaten section 3. So again, you cannot get killed by anything in this. This section's very easy. All we have to do is hit some buttons there, move down some of these pieces of metal, the little squares. They're going to go, we have to get the weight over there to 5, which means we need 5 of the cubes. We've already got 3. That should be enough. Hopefully it'll be enough for us. Okay, yeah. Now you want to be very careful. There is a lip that will stop the white ball from moving. We want to get over with it onto that button, down, and once you get into this hallway, you have beaten the Clarendon level. You want to put that in the spot and hop on there. You'll go up, you'll gravitate, you'll be enlightened, and hooray, you have beaten the Clarendon level. And there was no glitch. That is a legitimate run of the Clarendon level. I think my voice is shaking a little bit. I'm so sorry. It's a very difficult achievement to go for, and this has been a very difficult video to finally capture because the glitch kept happening. This is probably my 27th, maybe 28th take of this video. It's been kind of frustrating, but hopefully that guides you dealing with the threats that this level has. Like I said, it's really section 3. Section 3 is the worst. You have to deal with the reticle, you have to deal with the telegraph wires, and then the train. But as long as you wait for the train, the last cars for just the letters, once you land on the letters, it's even. You don't have to worry about jumping and bouncing off of the smokestacks and the I don't really know how trains work, but the water modulation probably for the steam engine. But that's everything that you need to know. And then you should get the achievement, I believe, if not on this screen, right when you put your character in the holes for the end of the level. So that's everything for it. Hopefully you have gotten 100%. I really enjoy this game. I think it's a fantastic game. This achievement is just really, really difficult. So I'm rambling again, as I do in all the ends of my my videos. So, but thank you so much for watching. Hopefully this helps you get 100% for typewriter. And take care, and we'll see you in the next guide or video.